9:22 in the morning, West Coast time, continuing. May 17th, 2025, Saturday. The Zombie Weaver John C. Roseman, California, continuing on. I did mention about Wallyworld, didn't I? Anyway, uh, so before the bus was coming down uh, from Kern to Lancaster. First stop is the shopping center. They have a connector line of the 12 and another line over there as well that goes along J and others that try to follow along J. But this is a major portion where you have buses going through the area that people catch to go to different areas. Uh, as for the Route 250, and I'm trying to talk about how I was going from Rosebend all the way over to the bus stop. But in this situation, the 250 would get me past the bus stop while going west on J up until it hits 30th. Now down 30th, or it's the 35th, yeah, 30th. Once it makes a left-hand turn on 30th, it goes towards the Antelope Valley College area. I gotta get another shot of this. My alma mater for right now. Been there 10 years. 10 years. I feel part of that area like I haven't felt part of anything else. But anyway, getting on this streetwise situation here. Uh, Approaching K and 30th, the transit bus, as I'm on, would make the left turn, go up K, get past the freeway until it hits over to 17th. Now, actually 15th. 15th, it's a busy area. It's a busy area between J and K. It's a very busy commercial area as well. A lot of commercial areas along the freeway corridor, and a few other spots. But this is the route I'm taking on the bus itself. So it goes up north. It's going to head right back towards J8, or actually past J8, but back the J. There are medical buildings, commercial buildings, eateries, apartment complexes, senior centers, vast tracts of unused plot of land until he gets over to the hospital. Antelope Valley Hospital. Fighting off the damn feelings right now. That was the place Ma and Dave died 2 separate times. And it still leaves a hole in my heart. Bus would make a right and going up on J past that place until it gets over to Sierra Highway. Sierra Highway is a long ass highway that runs between Santa Clarita and the 5 interchange all the way through Roseman and a little above. They call it a federal highway. I don't know what's so federal about the damn thing in the first place. We have a lot of commercial usage right there. But up on there, they would turn north, which means left, and they would follow Sierra Highway because we would have railroad tracks in that area. It goes all the way over to the Metrolink station, right, Lancaster Boulevard. Busy place. Very busy place. So we get our commercial and the residential transportation for Metrolink. Up on there, they would continue Sierra Highway until they get up to a small street called Jackman. And from there, you already had senior apartments, residential places, Catholic church school, fire department. Fire department's in the area. That would be my dog waking up. But it's in the senior area of, it's in the area, residential area of Jackman and Fern. That's the last stop. Last pickup, last dump. Where my story begins on that one. Let me check on my dog first. Give me a second, guys. Sorry about that. I had to check on my dog. She's still alive, still snoring. Okay, so the trip of hell on that particular festival day, and don't even ask me what the date was. It was just too damn long ago. But this was the one that really tested out my PTSD and really put me through the measure on this one. Okay, so the bus, the 250 had dropped me off over on Jackman and Fern. And I remember taking the bus around 7 o'clock in the morning. And it took me over here. So I'm about 8:30 in the morning. So I'm waiting for the local line of 10. Actually, the number 1 line. And this is going to be coming from the senior center. Get this back to where it's supposed to be. And it was supposed to be getting over towards the 10th Street. Now here's the long route of hell on this one. For the map quest that I'm on, and I'm watching this thing, it really gets hard for me talking about a trip like this, but I still got to do it because I still got to go through the PTSD nightmare from hell. The 10 bus takes a left turn south on 10th Street West. And it continues southward. There are residential and there are businesses areas. There's eateries. There's medical office buildings, sporadic. Yeah, I'm a mess. And in this bus, all I'm doing is heading towards the bookstore. Now let me show you where the bookstore's at. If you still got your application for a map up and you're watching things, and you're wondering how come we're doing this, because I'm telling you my story. You can tell your own story. You can put your own story out there on YouTube. I'll probably watch it. Be bored as hell, but I'll be watching it. Ooh. So going southward, I'm going to widen the shot until I see Palmdale. Lancaster and Palmdale. Okay. Now in Palmdale is a nice community. And Lancaster is also a nice community too. I mean, there are 2 large communities. I mean, we have several large communities out here in Antelope Valley. We're a hell of a lot large community out here. But the place I'm talking about is on 10th Street West, Rancho Vista, a little past that. So in the area of Palmdale, I'm going to focus on one particular area to maneuver you to where you need to look at. So I'm using the 14 freeway. I know it bends like crazy, it twists like crazy, but still, it's necessary. It twists and turns. And there's a lot of businesses, residentials that I need to get you into the area. So Antelope Valley Mall is the general location. This is your landmark. You can put it in there, type it into your search engine. Antelope Valley Mall, and it'll pick it out, and it'll bring you to the area. Widen the shot a little bit. You're going to see the business area. Try to maneuver the Antelope Valley Mall into nearly a center or a little off-center. You're going to see a golf course on the right-hand side. It's northwest quadrant area. You're going to see shopping areas south of Rancho Vista. Did I mention anything off the 10th Street on the north? I didn't? I failed to mention that? Ooh, I wonder why. Yeah. Okay. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So now I'm heading back up widen shot to where I see both the mall and the targeted area that I need to go to. And I'm looking at the 14 freeway because it's the landmark I need. Because close to the 14 freeway is the 10th Street area I'm going down on, from Lancaster all the way through here. If you notice any physiological changes or any breathing patterns that you've noticed on the video, any unsettledness, anything unusual, speech patterns, nervous twitches, not kidding. I'm not kidding on this one. Landmark on the far right-hand side would be the Palmdale Regional Airport. It's also Plant 42, military air base. And it's also an air traffic controller station for Southern California. But it's also used for Plant 42, not to mention Edwards Air Force Base. This is a heavy, congested area of aerospace material. Meaning we've got helicopters, we've got planes and jets and transports, and God knows what else is flying out there. Aerospace fans are going nuts all the time. We get commercial and we get military pass them through. And then we get military. So right along 10th Street, it goes up to that shopping area. Now here's the weird. Now it's not the weird thing, but it is the buildup of the PTSD. At least for me, it is because hard to breathe, pulse racing. Some of these things for a long while, but I just haven't been able to get my damn thing going on this one. Talked about it sometimes, and I've just never been able to put it on record enough. I just hated that area. I worked here longer than 5 years at Walmart. 10th Street West, right by the 14th freeway. First year as a cashier. And the rest of the years working behind a sales counter. Didn't know anything about auto mechanics. I had to bluff my way of products and stuff like that. Sell tires, sell oil. Pulse 70, 158.91. Still a little high on that one. Anyway, this is an area that I had to drive through going from home to there. When I worked at Walmart, I was living on Ellen 10th, an apartment complex with my mother. Last 5 years of her life before she passed away. And it's hard to sell for me even talking about that place because I was home and I miss her. And it was hard to sell. I was home. Ellen 10th. And I just couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it because it was home. It was home. And I miss her too damn much. I get pictures ever so often on Google. I needed to. There's home. Vermont died. I just have a Google image of it. I got past that area, and it still drives me crazy. Sats is still 96, and it's 69 on the pulse. And it was home, where she died. And it hurt like hell. $164 over $101. Sats is still 97, and it's still 69 on the pulse. When I was getting past home on that bus ride there, the pulse was racing, and I was having problems breathing. When we got to an area closer to it, past M, lightheaded. And then there was Walmart. 2-3 minute drive under regular traffic conditions, or if it was not busy enough. And then there's Walmart. Back then, my chest was compressing. And I waited for that bus to pick up more people, drop them off, until we got into the Antelope Valley Mall area. But it was way too damn close way too damn close to Walmart. The bookstore I was aiming for was in that area, Barnes & Noble. Had a coffee shop over there. And I was already a wreck getting off the damn bus. Barely walked it across the street, got into the place, or actually tried to calm it down on Target, looking for something. Got worse. I should have stayed. They had a smoking area. I should have just sat down over there and just relaxed, because I was so damn stressed. But no, I wanted to head over to Barnes & Noble during that time. Stumbled into it. I stumbled into the place. Checked out some of the book sections they had. Looking for certain books I wanted to find. Didn't find them. Got 3 randoms. And got out. I'm surprised the cops weren't around in the area. I wish they were. They probably would have rushed me over to the hospital, but they didn't. I went across to the bus stop close by and waited for it to take me home. It was only about a few minutes, and then I could just relax in the bus. But by the time I got back over to the senior center pickup, I was trying to relax it a lot, but it was still up there. And I had to wait for a time for it to get me home. We took the 14 freeway and got it up home, back to Roseman. I still got the books. I just haven't bothered reading them yet. but I needed to relax at home. And I was so damn stressed that wasn't even funny during that time. It wasn't even. 149 over 92, and the pulse is still 60, or actually roughly 70. Pulse ox is still showing 97. I mean, it's good for oxygen saturation. But I had to get some things on record. Because I know every time I kept talking about these damn things, it always left me damn emotionally screwed up. I hadn't been down in that area in years. Not since COVID. After COVID, forget I hadn't been in that area. But here's the thing. I talked about Antelope Valley College, right? And I talked about it in one of my videos this morning. So, Antelope Valley College. Every time I kept going over to that area, it was like ollie ollie oxen free. And the regional transport from Kern to LA County went directly to the college. Because it's also a transfer point for another bus route that goes in, and actually about two other bus routes go throughout the area of Quartz Hills and Lancaster. Mainly there's a bus over there, the number 12, that runs right into the park, where into a nearby park where there's a centralized area where buses go. Much like Palmdale Regional has a train station, but it's also their regional hub that takes buses throughout LA County, Kern County, and other places. So we got hubs all over the place in Antelope Valley. But while I was over at Antelope Valley College, just it's home. And soon I'll be graduating over there. Just not quite sure when, but hopefully close. If not, I'll still enjoy the ride. But if it's going to be short, well, then I don't know what the hell I'm going to do afterwards. It does stress me out, but not to the point where flaring me out with a PTSD shit. There was a lot of blame, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration levels, and a lot of things to still work through for a long while. But this stuff I had to get off my chest. And if not trying to make sure that I'm not freaking out as much. Because I feel like I am. I have a connection to areas. But I'm alive for the most part. For the most part. I wanted to get this off my chest. Every once in a while I still have to get it off my chest. Because it hurts more in one way. I have to keep confronting it because I know it still lurks in the back of my head. It scares the crap out of me, and I don't like dealing with it. I really don't like dealing with it, and I'm trying not to. But I have to on a constant basis. I have to deal with it on a constant basis, because if I don't know what the hell I'm going to do about it. And sometimes I still have to talk to my therapist about it, especially when I get some stuff like this that rattles my cage. It has to be talked about. There's no other option. There is no other option for me. So I must do this. And right now, I haven't had anything to eat except coffee. My blood sugar is telling me that way, because if I don't have anything in my system, I'm FUBAR. Banana, anybody? That being said,